Alright. The Slayer is a massive piece of shit. I was right, by the way. Last week I guessed that it was going to be a slasher film, and it is, although I had no idea of how bad it was actually going to be. Don't really know what else I expected though from the guy that directed 8mm 2. So it's otherwise known as Nightmare Island, which is a much more appropriate title. It's a 1982 American horror film shot out by J.S. Cardone. It's got a very generic plot for this sort of film. Two couples go on holiday to an isolated island and they get killed off by an unknown. I guess it does try and do things a little differently. One of the characters is having premonitions in a nightmares about the killings, but they don't really do anything with it. I was getting strong vibes of The Mutilator throughout this. Similar names, similar films, similar shitness.
Oh boy. Brandy, my favorite kind. Mmm. Caviar, ugh.
The characters are as two-dimensional as they come. They spend the whole film whinging, arguing, and then dying. The biggest issue is the pacing. Not a hell of a lot happens in this film, and there's lots and lots of just slowly walking through rooms in the dark, shouting out each other's names. I was really hoping it'd pick up towards the end, but in the last 2 minutes of the film, we get the reveal of the monster, and all it is the shot that's on the back of the case and the menu. So, you see this? See this image here? Yeah, see that? Right, you've seen the ending of the film. It's just a pan up to that, and then that's it, you're done. Although, in the last minute, just before the credits, there is another twist, and I'm going to spoil it because it's the worst twist imaginable. It's the twist that they say, do not use this twist in your film. Of course, as Biggie Smalls once said, it was only a dream. What a cop-out. There were two things I did like about this. Number one is the violence. It's quite well made, but it's very infrequent. And number two is the sets. Again, very well made, and there's a great atmosphere to them. But these two things are not enough to save the film. The star of the show though has got to be the print. Not only is this one of the worst films we've seen in the collection so far, but it's also one of the worst DVD qualities we've seen. Jesus, it's got everything. Low-grade film stock, VHS rip, massive flickers, snow, interlacing issues, sound bouncing up and down, colours moving out of place, lighting so bad that it makes the film barely watchable with how dark it gets. And I've heard that it's been cropped to a 4:3 aspect ratio. None of all this stuff really doesn't help the film, and I think it made me dislike it a hell of a lot more. While we're here, let's have a look and see what's on the disc. Nothing new, same old stuff through repeated trailers.
Nobody's been here for a long time.
David was here last night.
There's nothing here but an elevator and an empty shaft.
I think the case might be the only competent thing here, really, apart from giving away the only shot of the monster in the whole film, which is understandable though, as nothing else really happens. Everything else is fine, info's correct, and the synopsis sells the film without really lying to us. We get the same Vault of Horrors logo at the beginning again, and I'm kinda sick of saying this now. I don't think I'm going to mention it again until something changes. Overall then, this is as boring as they come. Terrible film, terrible quality, and one hell of a lazy ending. Don't get me wrong, there are a few interesting ideas in this, but none of them are executed well enough for me to ever want to recommend it to someone. If you are interested and fancy an upgrade, Arrow got you covered on the Blu-ray front, and I've heard that they fixed a bunch of the quality issues, but I still don't see it being an entertaining sit. So, terrible film this week, and honestly, been a little bit burnt out. I'm going to make a little announcement now about what's going to happen with the rest of the series. So I'm deciding I'm going to split it in half. So I'll finish this half, we'll get up to around where I feel like halfway through the series is, and then we'll have a break, and the second half will begin airing in October 2021. But don't worry, there's still plenty more with this half. So join me next week as I check out the ridiculously named Spookies. Spookies. Hey, Spookies. Spookies.